we're in a family with 3 different race groups.
I would say, why do you guys have so many?
Yeah. They told me they love me. They don't know me. Your uncle was kissing me. What the heck?
I'm ready.
To kill the cow.
I'm killing the cow?
No, not necessarily you killing the cow.
Okay.
But the cow. Other people having a very different look at our relationship and not liking it just from face value because it is an interracial relationship. Those people were the people that made me question the relationship because of obviously making us uncomfortable. And as a man, you want to protect your partner.
My name is Natasha Livesage.
My name is Nhlanhla and Nhanhla. We met in high school,
Yes.
but we never spoke for 5 years.
We did not speak. You just don't remember.
She always tells me we spoke during those 5 years.
He was actually at a party with his girlfriend at the time. She and I were trying to be friends, I guess. And we just spoke like in passing, like, hey, how you doing? But even in that, he was very charming, very like flirtatious. I don't think it was intentional, but that's just how he is. And it made an impression on me.
After that impression, after high school, I tried contacting her.
Yeah.
She obviously said no for many, many years to come. I continued trying, I think, for about 5 more years, and it was always still a no. And then coincidentally, my sister was learning how to play piano at her complex where she stayed. I didn't know this. I had no idea. I'm responsible to take her there. I'm taking her there. Maybe in the 2nd year of me taking my little sister for piano lessons, I realized this woman lives here. All the butterflies in my stomach came back. So every single day when I'd go take my sister to piano, I'd make sure I've showered, I smell good. She had a date with someone else. She parked, she drove in.
And he always tells our daughter, that could have been your father.
And I always give my daughter his surname. And my daughter's like, no. And I'm like, yes. I helped her park on the day. And she looked at me and she was flabbergasted. She was like, this is the guy I've been ignoring. Oh my God.
I just thought like, wow, I've been so mean to this guy and he's so nice and so charming. I really should give it a proper chance.
So I made up this whole story. I realized she's a teacher and she loves children. I told her I need to help my little brother with English. We connected. She's like, wow, you help your little brother and all of that. I was like, yes, that's me. We spoke up until we got to a point where my mother recognized that there's someone else helping me. So my mom said, no, interesting. Let's get this person to become the tutor. And that's where my mom called her. And that relationship started.
Yeah.
Without my parents knowing that we had like a we were having private conversations in the background. They were very professional conversations because I'd always say, when am I taking you out for coffee to say thank you? And she'd say, soon, your brother's doing well. Soon, your brother's doing well. I was like, I really don't care how well he's doing, you know? I said to her, the coffee's getting cold. You've been teaching him for about 2 months now. You haven't gone for our coffee.
And then I decided, no, I want to go for coffee. And when he picked me up, I just actually instantly fell in love with him. And just at the restaurant, I just decided this is my person. And he was just so outgoing. And every room he walked in, he just brought so much sunshine. And he continues to bring sunshine into our home. So that's what I really love about him.
She's compassionate, she's kind, she's sweet. She doesn't talk as much as I do, so I get a lot of time to talk. She's really passionate about the way she gives love. And I really appreciate that. I have questioned our relationship at times when it comes to certain people, like sort of important people in our lives, whether it's fathers, mothers, whatever it might be. But I soon realized that it's really about our love and how well we hold that together. And it influences even those people who are against it because of color. I think I've gone about my day-to-day in saying that whoever feels a certain way because we're in an interracial relationship, they haven't been influenced by our love yet. And let's just give them that time.
I think there are times as well, because we did grow up so differently, things that he would expect or things he would want or I would expect or I want, it's completely foreign for us. So sometimes you have to say, wow, I didn't know that. Is that something I can deal with? But then you have to look at your love and everything beyond that. Say, oh, this person is worth that, even if it needs to have to change it some way.
The first time I ate her pap, I also sort of questioned this relationship. I was like, who puts butter and aromat in pap?
You love it now.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it. If I can give you a word, make sure you put aromat in your partner's pap. It tastes really good. Navigating how to raise our child, coming from such different backgrounds. has probably been the most challenging. We have to meet each other almost every single day because we have different influences, we've got different upbringings, and that has been for me super challenging. I've had to hold back, learn, evaluate, and sort of change my ways in the way that I expected to raise my child in many ways.
Although we're very similar in the way we want to raise her, we've got an end goal. We've learned from our families differently. So we would obviously want to implement that on her. And sometimes I don't agree with it, or he doesn't agree with it. So we have to meet each other halfway. And sometimes you don't really want to meet someone halfway because it's like, this is my little baby. I want it like this.
Every single day is a new challenge with her, a new aspect of learning.
How to still love each other while making her first priority, because you can forget each other in the RSA. Yeah, I think we've done a really good job, and I think we have over time, but you've just got to make sure you bring yourself back to each other, which it's been tough.
Yeah.
But
Come back to the middle, but in the area, yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. Definitely. After 2 years, I actually introduced her. She met my parents as my little brother's teacher. So it was a huge, bold and the beautiful moment when they found out that the teacher is having a baby. So, because that's how they actually met her as
your partner.
as my partner.
Yeah.
Because we're very different in introducing people. Us as African people have something called a family talk. Cyril Ramaphosa does it as well. A family meeting without her being there, respect factor of course. Called my parents that same evening, and 2 days later they called her into a meeting to have a conversation with us.
My first family meeting ever.
They were happy, they were proud and confused at the same time.
I think family members on both sides may have been hesitant, of course, because it's new. We're the first in the family to be in an interracial relationship. But nobody has really, in our families, made us feel uncomfortable or unwelcome.
Honestly speaking, I think more than anything, they were like, at least we know her and let's see where this goes.
Going to the family meeting, I was obviously quite nervous because leading the entire time in our relationship and leading up to that, I had always been told, you can't just tell my parents these kind of things. Of course, with my family, it was very different. So I respected it, but at the same time, didn't fully grasp it because I wasn't how my family was. I didn't really know what to expect, but I think they were quite stern, but they were loving and they were open to me, which I appreciated. They embraced me from that day.
My mom always used to say, I know you're going to marry a white woman, but I've got PTSD from that, right? Because growing up, obviously she grew up under a certain time, and giving my partner instructions was very difficult for her in the beginning because, it's like she used to take instructions or sort of had that perception of instruction. Now she's giving instructions. I tell you now, my mom will walk into a hotel and say, she's with me. She's with me. Everywhere she goes, it's a completely different dynamic. From her saying she doesn't know how she's going to address her, to her going, you're fetching the suitcases in the car. So she's gone from 0 to 1,000 rather than 100.
Yeah, we've grown a very beautiful relationship. It's taken us time because I've always wanted to respect the boundary of I'm not his wife yet. We're just engaged, and I don't want to break boundaries.
Yeah, or break traditions to a certain extent, and traditions that we're both trying to navigate. Being a young African, learning my own culture every single day, learning about my past every single day, I also figure out what new things to respect, what new things to bring into my family. So yeah, we've been trying to basically navigate it very cautiously without disrespecting.
But your mom and I have a really beautiful relationship.
They have the same shirts. The shirt she's wearing today, my mom owns. So no, I think the relationship is there. Is there.
I've achieved.
You're matching even. So it's there. Yeah. When you're uncomfortable, you feel a little bit more of a victim than the protector. So a lot of times when we're in public and no one's actually done anything to us, but it's just their sights, my thinking and them, the way they look at us, then you sort of feel like there's nothing you can do to protect her. So that sometimes left me very vulnerable and thinking that, especially in spaces where it's just white people, I've grown, I've matured from that, and I've realized that It's really about my comfort and my self-confidence and nothing else. Like, I can't physically become timid because I feel like I can't protect her. Instead, let me raise my shoulders, be proud, and let me see what I can do in that space. I think that's my biggest responsibility in this family. We're in a family with 3 different race groups. We have a family with a mixed race child, a white mother, and a black father. And sure, I think I had enough sort of testing when it was just me and her, and we got all the eyes. Now, it's very stern. This is us, this is our lane, this is who we are, this is our child, and this is who we love, and this is who we're here to protect. There's no other question. There's no self-doubt in that.
Obviously, we have to have a conversation, which we've had many, of when she's older, how do we navigate that? How do we prepare her for that? Because in school, she is going to get questions. So she needs to be prepared on how to answer it and how to know her lane and know that who she is and not question who she is, that she's good enough as she is.
Honestly, in terms of cultural practices, the things that she sees in terms of my child, us slaughtering, us having unveilings, everything that we do culturally and that we're exposed to is very Zulu. But our household is run in a very westernized sort of way. I mean, we speak English, she's learning Zulu. But I would say culturally, we lean in more to the Zulu side. But in terms of our lifestyle and household, it's very Western. She's exposed to everything. So she speaks, I mean, my mother's Tswana, my father's Zulu, and they lean more to the Zulu side of culture. So that's what she's exposed to, my daughter. In terms of culture, she tries a little bit of Zulu, but her Zulus are horrible. I'm Nhlanhla to her instead of Ntanta.
But I also think that your family has always been sort of not cautious, but mindful of me. So they've always said, this is how we do things. We understand that you don't. So if you're not comfortable, that's fine. And I've never been in the position where I felt like I didn't want to join. I've also always wanted to respect your culture. Yeah, I think that's why us being more westernized is a little bit more accepted. But our little one, she understands a lot of Zulu. And when I learn something new in Zulu, then I tell her, I teach her, and then I tell her, go tell dad.
But yeah, I'm very proud of them. They are embracing the Zulu culture and not allowing me, because sometimes maybe I compromise a little bit too much because I'm like, oh, I know this culture. But they don't allow me to forget who I am and our practices.
To embrace the cultural practices. I don't think I'm in a position as yet, of course, us not being married yet, you're not being makoti yet. I don't participate fully, but I still am very respectful of them. It's not like I'll turn around and walk away.
She obviously doesn't like the slaughtering too much, so I keep that away from her and my daughter as well. Although my daughter started learning about it and why we do that, they are huge animal lovers. But she's in the kitchen, she's in ipinefa. There's a dress that they call ipinefa, which she loves to wear. She's helping my mom. She's like my little mom's associate there, running behind her.
I love it.
Yeah. Mrs. Rita, what do I do now? Mrs. Rita, Mrs. Rita. Yeah, so she embraces it.
Yeah.
And I think our people of the township and the community, embrace her as well. I mean, she's also embraced, and I think that allows her to embrace the culture and feel comfortable as well. When she came home, she's like, they told me they love me. They don't know me. I'm like, no, but they love you. It's not about knowing you to love a person. It's about embracing them and loving their presence. And she started understanding that. I think they're very formal as a culture. This is the first date. We'll talk on the second. Yeah. This is the second date. We'll hug on the third date. With us, she walked out and she's like, your uncle was kissing me. What the heck? Like, he loves you.
And I think that was actually the reason when you were trying to contact me on Facebook all those years ago, he would always say, I like you.
But
let's go for coffee, I like you. And then I always said to him, you don't know me, you can't like me.
True.
Actually, now having a 360 moment of that and learning to embrace that has also been really interesting.
What I've learned from this relationship is to actually be a partner and to be a father. But more than anything, to be a man of the house. being very westernized as a Black person. I've just been like, I want to have fun. I want to be a bachelor till I'm 30. I really wanted to be a bachelor till I was 30, right? And I was like, I don't want all the pressure. My parents had black tax. My parents had kids at a young stage. I realized the pressure they had. So I think I've learned things about myself that I underestimated about myself, that I can be an anchor for people, that I can be strong for people, that I can lead and I can guide people. I think I've learned that over the past 5 years.
Yeah. You can be kind and be strong at the same time. And I've learned to, whatever you do, to put your all in it, to not do things halfway. I think what it's taught me about us is that we can overcome anything. Challenges will come, but if we can remain each other's support and continue to try to fall in love with each other confidently, we can achieve anything.
To be honest with you, it taught me about us that you can't do things on your own. I really thought that I was a unit, but I realized that a unit consists of more than one part. And I've been able to achieve things in the past 5 years of our relationship that I've dreamt about my whole life that I couldn't achieve. So it's really taught me that there's nothing that we can't achieve as long as we do it together as a unit. In fact, it's even the same thing it's taught me about myself, that I need to find love, that I need to find responsibility in order to get the best version of myself. For me, my most favorite thing about your culture is the freedom, is the ability to express yourself, the ability to be yourself in many situations. Being allowed to be different or the same. They didn't always put sort of like labels on me in the sense of you have to be a dad, you have to be great, you have to be all of this. But at the same time, sometimes I say, no, it's a bit too much freedom. When I see, for example, some of the younger kids, the freedom that they have, I put an age restriction to it, so to speak. So in the same breath, as much as I enjoy being able to have a whiskey with the dad, I still go, oh, but the brother is also here. The little brother is here having a whiskey with us. So it's twofold.
I would say there are so many rules. And sometimes I'm just like, okay, well, we want to do this, let's do this.
Yeah.
And you will have to reel me in and say, baby, we can't do that. You might want to have a wedding now, but we can't have a wedding now. You've got to follow our steps. And sometimes for me, I'm just like, why do you guys have so many rules?
Yeah.
Like,
He's already proposed and I've already said yes. And we don't want the money. So what are we waiting for? So we're not paying lobola. We are getting married. We're getting married very soon. I think that's every African man's dream, technically. Or yeah, I'm not technically paying lobola because we work opposite, right? In their family, the dad is supposed to host the wedding and pay for the wedding to thank me for having married her. When our tradition, we have to pay her father to thank the father for having raised her. When we started that conversation, they said they would never sell their daughter. But also it would be very helpful if they didn't have to pay for the wedding. So I then took what we consider lobola money and contributed towards the wedding. And then they are thankful for that because they're only contributing a portion rather than the whole sum. Which I actually married you for them to pay for the wedding. I'm joking. So there will be other procedures that take place on the white wedding day. There will be a traditional wedding that will follow at my homestead in KwaZulu-Natal. So we are still respecting the culture. I know there's a few aspects that have been taken away, like the monetary value of it all, but the principles are still there. She's being introduced to the ancestors, to the family. Everything is happening in accordance of tradition.
I'm ready.
Okay. To kill the cow.
I'm killing the cow?
No, not necessarily you killing
okay.
the cow, but the cow gets killed in your honor, so to speak.
Oh, shut.
So it has a very beautiful representation apart from the passing away.
Yeah.
The advice I would give to people who are scared of committing in an interracial relationship is that it's probably the best decision you've ever made. It's probably the best way to expand your understanding of the world, your cultural aspects of other people, to understand other people. Being in an interracial relationship is probably the best way to get to know yourself and to actually unlock some of the love you've been taught not to unlock.
I would say just embrace it, embrace every aspect of it, and enjoy the journey. There will be hard times and there will be things that you don't understand, or maybe you're hesitant to try. But if you open yourself up, you'll end up having such a beautiful experience.
The future for us as an interracial couple when we get married is to stay married for a very long time. And also to have, I'd said only 2 kids, but as many as we can get. I think it would be unfair of us not to leave, a legacy. I feel like we have so much responsibility as an interracial couple. I feel like there should be more that we're doing, inspiring other people, doing things like this. But the future for us was just staying together, being a unit, and showing everyone else who doesn't believe that interracial couples work and can be a unit and a family and a happy family, that it can be done. But I think we have an even bigger task now to go a little bit public and to sort of like hone other interracial relationships that might not be that confident.
I would say, and definitely more growth in our relationship and in every other aspect of our lives. Because for us, it's so important to motivate each other. So there's no ways we're only going to get better.